We stand firm, calling to Allah all the time. We let them know, bang, bang, cause it's Dawah time. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. So, majority of you guys have seen the video where Sam Harris and Ben Afleck are going at it talking about Islam. Ben Afleck, may Allah guide him, is trying to do his best to defend the Muslims. Sam Harris, however, he explains that he believes Islam is the motherlode of bad ideas.
No liberal doesn't want to as bad.
But Islam at this moment is the motherlode of bad ideas.
Now, this is an individual who for the longest time since I can remember has been attacking Islam and justifying it on the basis of his morality. And he keeps holding on to this issue with regards to Islamic apostasy, the punishment that the Sharia enforces upon the apostate. Now, let's pause. Let's put Islam, according to evil, motherlode of bad ideas, Islam to the side. Let's put Islam and all of its evil according to the side. Let me talk to you, Sam. Let's see what goodness, let's see what great morals Sam Harris brings to the table. Firstly, we have to understand where you get your morals from, because we get our morals from the creator of the heavens and the earth. The one who created us creates the moral actions in the first place. And I can justify that in another video. I have done other videos as it is anyway. But let's talk about your morals. Where do you get them from now? Sam Harris explains that he gets his morals from consequentialism. I mean, if you go to the book The Moral Landscape, let's put aside all the fancy terms. He's a consequentialist. And what that really means is that they determine whether something is good or bad on the basis of the consequences that come as a result of the action. For example, we look at an action, if it causes human beings to flourish, if it causes us prosperity, if there is good that comes out of a specific course of action, then over a period of time we label this action as good. For example, charity. You give charity, you see it helps people, the people, etc. And it's a knock-on domino effect. Giving charity is good. Murder is bad. Why? Because when you murder someone, you put them through grief, they die, you go to jail. If you murder, he murders, everyone murders, we live in a bad place, we have to say murder is bad. So consequentialism is the process by means of which he thinks that human beings justify our morality and how we define and determine what morals are. Now let us put consequentialism under the microscope and see if it really is as good as it sounds. Sam Harris, stop lying to the people. Your morality facilitates things like drinking your father's seminal fluid. I made a video on this issue in a bit of detail. If you want more detail, go to the video. Here's the link right there. But let me break it down to you. Are there rather any negative consequences as a result of drinking your dad's seminal fluid? No, there are not. Because the seminal fluid is actually quite healthy and nutritious, and there's no negative side effects, so you can drink it. But that makes you feel disgusted inside, doesn't it? The thought of drinking your dad's seminal fluid. Why? On your morality, there's no way of explaining why it's wrong. But deep down you know it's wrong, but you can't explain it's wrong. I can, because I know that my creator, he instilled this moral within me, and that's why I'm repulsed by the thought of drinking my father's seminal fluid. But you are repulsed by it, but you still can't explain your repulsion. Let's carry on. Would you sleep with your grandmother? Sam, would you make love to your grandmother with contraception? If there's contraception involved, you are not going to have any deformed babies coming out of that. It's okay, right? Rationally speaking, just as your good friend Lawrence Krauss said it was okay. What about mild paedophilia? Richard Dawkins, he explains that there's nothing wrong with mild paedophilia. He explains that his own headmaster at school placed his hands inside of his trousers, but there was no harm done, so it's okay. Wow. You know what else is okay according to Sam Harris's morality? You lying a 1-year-old baby in front of you and then masturbating over it. Masturbating over a 1-year-old baby is a crime. It is an illegal offense. You'll be put into jail. But according to your morality, you can't explain why that person will be going to jail. Do you know why? Because there are no negative consequences. The 1-year-old baby will not remember what is happening to it. It doesn't know that this man is masturbating over me. And at the same time, the man has a good time. So it's a win-win situation. So Sam Harris, is that what you do in your spare time, Sam? You masturbate over 1-year-old babies? Is that what you're trying to teach the people? You know, it goes on. Sam Harris, according to your morality, there's no reason for us to be taking care of disabled people or old people. You know why? because they're a burden upon us. We have to take care of these people that don't benefit society in any way, shape or form. We have to spend billions and billions and billions and billions of pounds and dollars taking care of them, putting them through treatments where they're going to die anyway. Would it not just make sense to just kill them all? Is that why, Sam, you said that in your book you explain that it's better to just nuke the Muslim lands? This individual, as a result of this morality, he stretched it so far as to say that we should nuke the Muslims. They should all be destroyed because Islam is that much of a bad thing. But come on, man, your morality, man, like it's got so many gaps and flaws in it. And I could go on and on and on, but I think I've already made my point. But let me just talk about something else for a split second. You explain that, you know what, yeah, there's only a small amount of people say that extremist Muslims, yeah, they're a problem, but moderate Muslims are a problem as well because of the beliefs that are inherent in terms of our creed and our theology. And that's where you bring up the apostasy issue, for example. So that's why you believe that Muslims are the biggest threat to humanity and Islam is the motherlode of bad ideas. Sam, let's talk about the real world. The world in which me and you are living in. Islam has done how much harm? How much harm has Islam done in the last 10 years? The last 14 years rather. Okay, fine. The extreme fringe of the religion that carried out things like 9/11 where 3,000 people died. Okay, that's very bad. We know it's bad. Our book says that the death of one innocent soul is as if you've killed all of humanity. That's the sanctity we place on it. But on the flip side, your government and your people and your nation and your thinking, your secular thinking, your ideology doesn't place that value on life. Rather for you, it's collateral damage. It's not even one or two dead, it's collateral damage. They just happened to be there and they died. Don't even, collateral damage, we never invented that term, mate. So 3,000 dead as a result of 9/11. I think it was about 50, 60 as a result of the 7/7 bombings. And a few things here and there in the Western world. 120,000 plus innocent people were murdered during the Iraq war. As a result of your army. As a result of your, come on man, in this world, what's a bigger threat? Where are, and bear in mind, most of the wars that took place over the last 100 years, 240 million innocent people died as a result of anti-religious wars. What does that tell you about secularism? What does that tell you about your ideology, your mentality? The motherlode of bad ideas is secularism. The motherlode of bad ideas is your morality. Sam, let's put the rhetoric to the side. You're an educated man. I'm not even going to ask you a complicated question. I want you to answer just one very little simple thing. Based on your morality, do you agree with me that all of these things that I pointed out, such as drinking your father's seminal fluid, having an incestual relationship with your grandmother, masturbating, mild paedophilic acts as Richard Dawkins refers to them, killing of disabled and old people, does your morality facilitate or allow these things? According to your morality, is it not true that these things would be morally good? Because there is a beneficial consequence that comes as a result of killing these disabled people, these old people, right? According to your morality. Now, if you're going to say no, this is wrong, this is evil, as it is, we know, I know, I'm questioning you right now. If you're going to actually go out there and say it's wrong, then that means your theory falls apart and you have to admit that according to you, morality, objective morality falls and morality becomes subjective. And that means that there is no difference between rape and farting at a dinner table. It's potato, tomato, to each their own. It becomes subjective. I'm not going to rape because I don't want to go to jail. Because I just don't want to do that. Not because you think it's bad. The same way you wouldn't fart at a dinner table. It's not evil to fart at a dinner table, is it? But you don't do it because it's bad manners. It's subjective. Somewhere else it might be good. The Romans used to burp and vomit in front of each other after a good meal. You do that now, you get kicked out of the restaurant. It's subjective. So answer the question. Is it okay for you to masturbate over a little girl? If not, then your morality is subjective. And if your morality is subjective, Sam, why the heck are you pointing the finger at Muslims or anyone for that matter? Because it's subjective, to each their own. You can't justify yours or explain what's good or bad. It just happens based on the society, the social context that you find yourself in. So you shut up and sit to the side and put that finger away. Remember, there's 3 points and right back at you, Sam. I want a response. Because you know what, Sam, I'm not going to leave you this time. This time I'm not going to leave you. I'm here for you. Sammy boy, I'm here for you. And it would be wise for you to respond because there's more videos where this video came from. Don't worry. Don't worry at all. We've got time on our hands. We're waiting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Guys, tweet this video to Sam Harris and demand a response. Demand a response to these questions. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah bless you all, guide you all. I'm going to catch you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace.